Hello, everybody. It's about that time. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hey, everybody. Thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. I've got a beer that was sent to me by Robbie. This is Odd Side Ales. They're out of Grand Haven, Michigan. This is their bourbon barrel aged Mayan Mocha. That sounds awesome. Anything bourbon barrel aged as far as stout is awesome usually. Uh, this is a 9.5%er according to Beer Advocate. When it has Imperial Mayan Mocha, stout with coffee, cinnamon, nutmeg, habaneros added and aged in bourbon barrels. I'm assuming, I didn't go to their website if they had one, I didn't go there, but Beer Advocate has it listed as 9.5%. That sounds about right for an Imperial stout aged in bourbon barrels. These poor guys at Rate Beer got it listed at 6%. I seriously freaking doubt it's a 6%. And being an Imperial stout aged in bourbon barrels. So, got a feeling there. Crack smoking monkeys, you know what I'm saying? You know, and I hate to mealy mouth these guys, but I mean, if you're going to run a website about beer, at least you can have your information correct. Another reason why the ABV needs to be on the bottle or the can, so you know. You don't have to rely on these clowns at Beer Advocate or Rate Beer to give you the information and be wrong. If you're drinking this at a pub or a bar, you want to know if you're drinking a 6%er or is it a 9.5%er. I mean, it's going to make a difference if you're having 1, 2, or even 3. I mean, you might get away with 3 6%ers. You're not going to get away with 3 9.5%ers. You're going to be drunk. Trust me. You shouldn't be driving if you drink 3 of these at a pub or a bar. So, it just chaps my ass when I have conflicting ABVs from these two sites, and it's not written on the bottle, or I can correct them. Then it's not written on there at all. But they do have the date. It says MFG 10/19 of 2015. So this was done in October. This was put in the bottle on October 19th of 2015. So it's just a tad over a month old, and being more than likely a 9.5%er, which I would believe that over 6%. I mean, 6% is just a stout. It's not an imperial stout. So I don't understand why they would even put outside ales, bourbon barrel aged Mayan Mocha. Maybe I've got the wrong listing here, so let me back up before I mealy mouth them anymore and see if there's another version of this that says Imperial. I do not see. Yes, I do not. I do not see it. And it doesn't have any. It says outside ales, bourbon barrel aged Mayan Mocha. Bourbon barrel aged Imperial Mayan Mocha. So Beer Advocate has the Imperial in the label. Let me look at the picture they've got here. Now, it does have, it's a different picture, it's a different label, so I got a feeling. Let me correct myself. Bear with me just a second here. And let's see if we can find the Imperial version of this. because I want to have the right beer. I swear I do not see it, guys. I apologize. I thought I had both of them up here, but it doesn't look like it's the correct beer. Because the one they have here, it does not have the Imperial in the name. So, and I don't see it listed on the main page here. So let me look one more time. Outside Bourbon Barrel Imperial Mayan Mocha. Here we go. Well, even then, I've got the Imperial version of this, and it says 9.8%, and Beer Advocate says 9.5%. We just can't get them together. We just cannot get everybody together. That's why it is so critical to have it on the bottles. So I'm not going to fuss at Beer Advocate anymore. I'm not going to fuss at Rate Beer anymore. I'm going to fuss at Odd Side Ales. Put the frickin' ABV on the bottle, dumbasses. That way we have no conflicting information. It's written on the bottle. So, I cannot get these beers here. And I appreciate Robbie sending it to them. But right off the bat, Odd Side Ales, you need to put the ABV on the bottle. You need to put the ABV on the frickin' bottle, because Beer Advocate and Rate Beer's got two conflicting ABVs listed for this beer. So how are we supposed to know? It's only 3/10, 9.5, 9.8. So we still want to know. So put the information right on the label. I mean, you did take the time to put the manufacturing date on it, so thumbs up to you guys for that. But why is there not room to put the ABV on here somewhere? I don't understand. So enough of that, enough harping on all of that. I just want to see that on there, guys, so we don't have any conflicting information from one website to the other. Maybe that's why there is conflicting information. It's not written on the bottle anywhere. So need to do that outside. So calm down. It just chaps my ass when I get into these things and we got conflicting information from one website to the other, and it's not written on the bottle, so we don't know. So, alright, let's get on with this one, guys. I don't want this to be a 20-minute video. Commercial description: Imperial version of the barrel-aged Mayan Mocha, aged for 8 months in bourbon barrels. That's a pretty long time to be in a bourbon barrel, so it should have big bourbon notes on this. So, food pairings for this: Imperial Stout. It says here, cheese and buttery brie, Gouda, Havarti Swiss. It goes well with the chocolate dishes. Meat is beef, smoked meat, game, grilled meat. Glass bearing a pint bacchanalic Snepter oversized wine glass. My favorite glass, you know which one it is. And can be sold for long periods under the proper conditions. Alright, no IBUs are listed on either site, so I have no idea. Be nice to have that information too, but they choose not to. So let's get the cap off of this. A lot of people, really, from what I've read, a lot of people really like their beers. Can't get them here in Virginia. So once again, thanks to Robbie for sending it to me. Let's see if we can get ahead on this. Straight down the center, guys. Alright, right at a finger of head on there, off white khaki colored, almost to the chocolate colored head there. Very very brownish head. Over to the light, there is none. It's pitch black, guys, cannot see any light through it. Very typical of a Russian Imperial Stout or an Imperial Stout. Good looking beer. Let's get a nose on it. Oh, definitely getting the cinnamon and nutmeg Cinnamon, nutmeg, and habaneros added and aged in bourbon barrels for 8 months. Definitely getting the cinnamon and nutmeg in there. It almost reminds me of a pumpkin ale, or even a pumpkin stout. Slight, very so slight evidence of the habaneros in there. Now it's right out of the fridge. That they may come to life as it warms up, and it may be more prevalent in the taste. Roasted malt, bittersweet chocolate, dark fruits, maybe just a hint of the habaneros. But the nutmeg and the cinnamon is definitely there. So let's give it a taste. I'm anxious to try this after I mealy mouth everybody like a dumbass. Cheers. Cheers, Robbie. Ooh yeah. The habaneros are definitely in the taste. A little more heat than the beer we did yesterday had the peppers in it. This one's got a little more heat to it. It's not burning or anything, but if you're not into peppers in your beer, this may not be the beer for you. This has definitely got a habanero presence to it. I like it. And the cinnamon and the nutmeg add to this beer, especially this time of year. You're on Thanksgiving, in between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Nice holiday kick added to it. The bourbon is a little subdued. I'm really surprised that there's not more bourbon in it, being in those barrels 8 months. But maybe they're not first run barrels. Maybe they had beer in them before. I'm not sure. Just a wee bit of the bourbon in there. But it might come out after it warms up a little bit. And that's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm going to stop flapping and start sipping. Excuse me. Take this back and let her have a sip or 2 or 3 out of it. She really enjoyed yesterday's beer. We're still trying to get her on camera. We'll see if that happens here for too long. And let her have a sip or 2 or 3. And she likes hot peppers too, so she'll probably like this. Usually when I give her a beer that's good, she goes, "You don't want this back, do you?" So I have to, yes I do. I'll be right back, guys. I'll see where this one ends up. Alright guys, I'm back. Been sipping on it about 45 minutes or so. Fired me up a punch bare knuckle cigar to go with this. I really like the habanero presence in this beer. A lot more than the one we did yesterday. They had the cayenne peppers in it, the Bell's Neptune. This one, you definitely know that there's peppers used in the brewing of this beer, and I really like that. And before I go on any further, I want to apologize to Rate Beer, because I had the wrong beer pulled up and it had 6%. A lot of this confusion would be alleviated if they would put the ABV on the bottle. Now they've got the date on it, so a thumbs up to outside for doing that, but we need the ABV on the bottle too, guys. So unless you're reusing the same label year after year after year. But then again, if you're changing the recipe and it's 9.5 this year and 9.8 year before or whatever, if you, I don't know how big a brewery outside is, so they need to have the ABV on the labels, guys. That eliminates all this confusion, and when you're buying the beer or drinking the beer at a pub or something, you'll know what the ABV is you're drinking. So it's been one of those days. Been trying to get some concrete work done here, and I've been 3 weeks trying to get this guy to pour a driveway, and took 2.5 weeks to get him here, after I told him I wanted him to do it and do the excavating and the forming, and then he promised me Saturday when he was here excavating that he would be here Monday if he could, Tuesday at the latest, and it's Tuesday evening when I'm reviewing this beer, and he still is not here. So I'm trying to get all this wrapped up as soon as possible, because we're already getting into the 20s at nighttime, and you can't pour concrete when it's 20 degrees or 25 degrees. And I'm wanting to get all this outside stuff wrapped up before the weather turns too cold where you cannot pour concrete. So it's been one of those days. So I apologize to Red Beer for mealy mouthing them when I had the wrong beer pulled up on top of that. So my apologies to those. But still, we got two conflicting ABVs, 9.8 and 9.6. So I have no idea because it's not written on the bottle. And if they would just write it on the bottle, we would know. We would know. I mean, it's simple as that. They took the time to put the date on it, and I appreciate that. Great. Thumbs up to those guys for doing that. But give us just a little bit more information, guys. Give us the ABV too, so we'll know whether Ray Beer's wrong or Beer Advocate's wrong, or what year bottle we're drinking. Because I don't know. This is a 2015 edition, manufactured in October 19th of 2015. Is it a 9.6 or is it a 9.8? Not that critical as far as ABV differences there, but who's right? Is Ray Beer right or is the Beer Advocate right? So, just would like to have that information as a consumer to know. And then, if it's got 9.6 on it, then I can fuss at one or the other for not having the right information. Or if they're changing the recipe from year to year, that would explain the differences in the ABV. So, but let's do the final chug. I did enjoy this beer. It is a very tasty beer. I love the habanero back end on this. That heat is a lot more present than the Neptune with the cayenne peppers that we did yesterday. So, and the nutmeg and the cinnamon is definitely present in this. The roasted malt, the dark fruit, the bittersweet chocolate, a lot of stuff going on. Good, another good one to cellar. Just want the ABV, guys. Put it on the label, please, 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 please. Balance check. Wow, that is so tasty. Love that heat on the back end. I really, really do. That is so tasty, and with the nutmeg and the cinnamon in there, along with the chocolate and everything going on in this beer, a great beer to cellar as far as I'm concerned. I'm sure this beer is just going to get better with age. It'll be more complex in 2, 3, 5 years down the road than it is now. All that stuff will come together a lot better. Probably even a little bit smoother to drink. I don't know how much the peppers will fade over time. I've not cellared a pepper beer or pepper stout very long before, so I'm not sure if those flavors will fade or they'll mellow out, or what's going to go on with that. It'll be a good one to try and see. And I can't get these beers here, so Robbie, thanks again for sending it to me. I would love to be able to get if I could get their beers here, I would probably buy their beers. I really would. But I just wish they put the ABV on there. They got the date on, and it's written in white on this black label. Very easy to see. So good deal from those guys. So just like to see the ABV, guys. So enough said on that. As far as I'm concerned, guys, I'm going to give this a 9 out of 10. It's pretty damn tasty. And if it had the ABV on it, I might even step up to the plate and give it a 10. It's pretty damn close. I love the style with those peppers in there. And being bourbon barrel aged, I mean, there's just nothing I can say to make the beer better. Just need that information on the label what the ABV is. So, numeric rating for me, guys, is probably a 98 or a 99. It's that close to a 10. And if you say, oh man, you're crazy, that's a 10. Would not argue with that. It's pretty damn tasty. But I want to see the ABV on the label too, guys. So, over to Beer Advocate, they say 91, outstanding. It is outstanding. It's very delicious. It's very well made. It's very tasty. It is exceptional. It is very good. And over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says overall 99 and 88 in the style. So 91 and a 99 and a 98 or a 99 for me. So 90 is all around. Very, very impressive beer. Odd side, you got a winner here. Just give us the ABV, guys. Put it on the label somewhere. Yeah, that's a ticket. Yeah, do it. I said so. Like that means anything at all. Alright guys, if you've had this one from my sides, this is the bourbon barrel aged Imperial Mayan Mocha. And they make a regular version of this, like I brought up earlier, with 6%. It's not Imperial, not bourbon barrel aged. I haven't had that one. So, I wonder if it's just as hot, because it's probably the exact same beer that's not been bourbon barrel aged. So, it's only 6%. So I don't think the aging in the bourbon barrel is giving it that extra ABV. It's going to add a little bit to it, but I don't think it's going to add it over 3.6 or 3.8 in the alcohol content. I don't think it's getting that much from the bourbon barrels, but it could be. I mean, never. I'm a home brewer. I've never aged anything in a bourbon barrel because I don't have access to a bourbon barrel, and I don't brew but 5 gallons at a time, so it would take a lot of home brew batches to fill up a damn big bourbon barrel. So it's very tasty, guys. It's I would buy this if I could get it here. I really would. It's pretty damn tasty. I love the pepper, the habanero peppers that's in this beer, along with the bourbon barrel. But the bourbon barrel, the bourbon is very subdued. It's not off the chain like a lot of them are. So kind of thinking it's a reused bourbon barrel. Maybe mistaken, especially for a beer that's been aged in the bourbon barrel for 8 months. It doesn't have that big, bold bourbon taste, and it doesn't. It's not overpowering like a lot of the bourbons are. So, very tasty. If you've had this one from outside, the bourbon barrel aged Imperial Mayan Mocha. I loved it. It was tasty. Alright guys, that's enough ranting and raving and fussing and cussing and all that. If you've had it, let me know what you think, and come on back tomorrow. Let's see if we can dig out something just as tasty as this one. We're going to get us a 10 before too long, I'm pretty damn sure. I'll see you tomorrow.